One of my favorite things to do is to juice fresh fruits and vegetables, and today's no different. I decided, as I'm just enjoying being home, I'm working at home today, I'm gonna do something that not only nourishes my body, but it nourishes my soul. And I went and picked up some cucumbers, all organic cucumbers, carrots, a big piece of fresh ginger, celery, pink lady apples, which are my favorite, and last but not least, beets. And I've already juiced quite a bit of this, but the cool thing is I made enough that I'm going to put it in something really special that also nourishes my spirit. This was the last gift my mother gave me before she died, and I don't use it very often. I don't know why, but I love it. She got this for me because it reminded her of the vintage little canned ham camper that I've always wanted. And so it just made me smile today as I was putting my fresh made juice in something that my mother had given me. You know, we never know when it's our last day here on earth. We never know when it's the last time we can hug someone or love someone or give kindness or grace to someone. And this was just a great reminder to me. Now, I'm gonna throw some of these beets and apples down my juicer here in just a second. I'm gonna spare you from having to listen to that noise. But let me tell you a tip. When you juice beets, the next day, when you go to the bathroom, you're gonna think you're hemorrhaging and you'll forget that, oh, it's just beet juice. But that's just a little fun tip for you from little old me. I would love for you to subscribe below to my YouTube channel. I'm going to come to you with thoughts of inspiration, a little humor, and maybe a fresh outlook on how to live life more abundantly. And I'd love for you to subscribe. I'll try to keep it fresh. I'll try to keep it fun and noise-free. But I'm gonna let you go so I can run my juicer. So the juicer's winding down. You can hear it stopping spin. The last thing I juiced were those beets with all of their leaves. I just juiced it all. You know, some people think beets taste dirty. Well, I happen to think they're amazing. And when you study about fruits and vegetables and the different health benefits, beets look like blood and they're great for your heart. So my mama's pitcher here has all of the celery, the cucumber, the ginger, and some of the carrots. This is the beets and the apples and a little bit of carrot. I'm just gonna mix it all up here. And I'm gonna sip on it for a couple of days, actually. This is more than I can drink in one day. I love this juicer because, oh, is it gonna be too full? Because it separates the foamy part of the fruits and vegetables and from the juice. Now, the one last tip that I'm gonna give you about my juicing is that if you can see my juicer here, when I take out this pulp here, I put a little bag from the grocery store, just like what my beets came in. All of my pulp comes out just like this, and I can go put that in one of Benny's pots or in one of our compost out back and cover it with leaves. And all of this organic pulp is going to just nourish and enrichen my soil for next year. Right now it's winter and everything's dormant, but this is gold for the garden. So I encourage you to save your pulp and use it somewhere in your pots. Even if you're just a flower grower and not necessarily a garden grower, this is gold. You know, I came to you live making freshly squeezed vegetable and fruit juice, and now it's time to clean up the mess. And you know, sometimes I choose not to make juice even though I love it, because it's messy and the juicer itself has a billion parts and it takes a little time. But today I decided to just take things as they come, to live in the moment, to flow in the moment. And so now it's time to clean up the juicer. I've pulled the pulp out, all of the extra, all of the excess. The Bible talks about it as being the chaff in the wind, but it's liquid gold for me because, again, like I said, I'm going to put that in my pots outside. But then we have this part right here. This is going to drip beet juice, so I have it hanging over the sink because it's still got a little bit of juice in there. And I have a little scrubber brush that's going to clean all this juice out of my sharp points. And I'm gonna fill up a sink full of hot water. And I've just decided that as I clean up the mess from the juice, I'm not going to curse the mess. I'm going to bless it. You know, it's just sort of like life. We can curse the darkness. We can curse the things that don't go our way. We can curse people who pull out in front of us. We can curse family members that we are at odds with. There's so many things that we can curse, but we have to go through it. So we might as well bless the mess and move on past it. I think that's profound. That's the way I try to live my life. I don't do it every day, but as I clean up my dishes today and as I scrub these beets and all of these juices and all of these nutrients away, and I take my dish towel and I dry them. I don't just let it stay out on the sink. I'm going to dry them and I'm going to put it up. I'm going to bless the mess that turns into nutrients in my body. And I think that's a lesson for each one of us. I finished cleaning up. It was amazing. I took my time. I dried every spot. I put my piece of equipment back where it goes in the cabinet. And now I'm ready to enjoy the most amazing, fresh, juiced vegetable and fruit juice that there is. That little bit of ginger gives it a spice. The beets and the apples give it a little bit of sweet. And it's just good for my health. So, cheers to you. Now that is delicious.